Hello guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna be making Vietnam form an empire. So yeah. Also thanks for the support on my USA video, that's doing really well. Also my Vatican Empire also is doing well. So yeah, subscribe and let's just start. So the first country Vietnam is gonna be invading is gonna be Cambodia. And Cambodia is not that strong, so Vietnam doesn't need that much of their army to invade them. And yeah, this goes well and Cambodia pretty quickly falls. So they get annexed to start. And next up will be Laos. And so Vietnam pushes in from the south and also from the north. And the northern offensive is very successful. So is the southern one. And just overall they fall relatively quickly. And now Vietnam is a lot thicker. Not just a tiny little strip of land. And so next up is actually gonna be Myanmar, not Thailand. So they come from the little border they have and quickly go all around the country. They make a lot of advances, they reach the coast, which they take over easily. And it just overall goes very well because Myanmar is very unstable. So they captured the whole little like weird peninsula thing. And also push in the north and they win. So yeah, they will be annexing Myanmar. So now the time has come for Thailand. Sorry. And yeah, so they instantly push from Myanmar and split the country in two. And they also push from their occupied territories. And like here. So Thailand is actually pretty strong, but Vietnam is buffed, so they are not stronger than Vietnam. And yeah, now they have no access to any ports and they're kinda stuck, so the war ends. And now Vietnam has gotten most of Southeast Asia. I mean, not including the islands. But we'll get to that in a second. So yeah, now they have all of this. And they will now be attacking Malaysia, and with Malaysia, Singapore. And also Brunei. I think it's Brunei. So yeah, so they push into this part of Malaysia and to Singapore. And now they prepare an invasion. They capture this island, and from here they plan a naval invasion. So they land here, here, and here. So this group quickly pushes on, it splits them. And these two groups also, well, all the fronts just join together and they all lead to the quick collapse of Malaysia. So yeah, Vietnam will be fully annexing them, including Brunei. So now they own all of this peninsula. And now they will expand north, but the only way they could stand a chance is with Bangladesh. So that's who they invade. And they push on. And this is really hard because Bangladesh is very like densely populated. But you know, they are buffed, so they win, of course. And again, they annex. So now they're kind of stuck. They could go south, but they don't really care about that. Or they could go north, but the only thing they could do is invade India or China, which are both really powerful. So they actually do something a bit different. They do some colonizing and just for, you know, some resources so they could more easily invade. So first they declare war on Madagascar and they land up here and down here. And you know that they are really strong, so Madagascar falls. And here they establish their first puppet or colony, I guess. But it's gonna be represented in this pink. So they also declare war on Mozambique and Malawi. And they push from here and from here. They get to the lake. I don't know which lake is this is. But they overall just capture everything. And yeah, this is given to the Madagascar colony. So, oh wait, let me fix the border. So now they have everything they wanted from Africa. So now after a lot of preparations, they first go to war with India, but they do plan ahead. So overall, their plans are to push here and also from Bangladesh and also here to cut them off. Then try to just get all this land from a peace treaty. If not, then they just continue pushing. And yeah, so this is how their plan looks like. And after preparing their whole army, they initiate that plan. So they focus on all their military in invading this part. They successfully cut it off. And this part of India falls relatively quickly, which is a great success of the Vietnamese army. And now they try to get a peace deal, but India does not accept. So they actually push into Bangladesh, but the Vietnamese are pushing here. It's kind of land exchange. The Vietnamese actually managed to do something like this and try to encircle the Indian army. And they're aware of this, so they start retreating. And they successfully retreat, so that's pretty unfortunate for Vietnam. But now India agrees to a peace treaty, and Vietnam will get a bit more land than what they wanted. So they will get all of this. India will get all of this land back, but Vietnam will get all of this. And now they look like this, so yeah. So now they do probably the smartest move they can and go after Bangladesh. So this, oh no, that's Bhutan. And yeah, don't even have to say anything. So now their last thing they really want to do is get land from China. And now I would say that now they're buffed, of course, so I feel like they could do something like this. But they would have to prepare a lot, which they do. But they finally declare war on China. And actually Taiwan joins them. So they push from here, but don't really care about this front. They can lose it. But they want to push up the coast. And they do just that. So they go here and they capture this island. I don't know what it's called, but they just keep going. And the Taiwanese actually make a landing and join Vietnam. So they keep pushing. And this is very successful, mostly because they're getting aid from the United States and other NATO countries, which lets them be equipped. But here, after they capture this, their offensive stops and they focus on expanding their territory westwards, which they do, and finally continue this. So they capture Beijing and Shanghai. I don't know where Shanghai is, but they overall just get all of the Chinese coast. And they sign a peace treaty, which, first of all, Taiwan gets this land, and they get recognized by China. And Vietnam will get a lot of land, which will be all of this. So overall, it's not that bad for China, but it's also not good for China, because now they have to recognize Taiwan and to lose some pretty important land. So yeah, that's what Vietnam looks like now. And I think this will be it for their empire. They did a lot, also including the African colonies. But yeah, coming back to them, they did a lot. So, right, also, you know what, yeah, so let's just say that after a pretty long time, Taiwan unites with Vietnam, so now they're one, and now the Vietnamese empire is complete. And I like to make like continuations of the empires in my videos that I just won't show. So they could take over the Philippines and possibly Indonesia. And they could also go for India again and Nepal. So yeah, they probably easily take out the Philippines. So it would look something like this, and this actually looks a lot better. So yeah, that's gonna be the Vietnamese Empire. And yeah, thanks for watching, have a nice day, subscribe, and bye!